I still breastfeed my 4-year-old alongside my 2 other children, and I won't stop until they choose to stop.
Before you even have kids, someone tells you about nursing till they're like 4 or 5, and you're like, that's crazy, they're so old. And then once it's your kid, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes complete sense now, I totally get it.
People would say like really horrible things. Or here we go, well, I totally love and agree with breastfeeding, this is just plain wrong, kid is going to be emotionally messed up.
Bubba, you want muffins? You want muffins?
Normally we wake up whenever they decide to wake up, and then we'll just come in here and make breakfast. Right there.
Right over here.
The baby obviously eats like every 2 to 3 hours still. She only, obviously only survives on the breastfeeding right now. My name is Autumn. I'm 25 years old. I'm a mom of 3. My oldest is Nova. She is about to turn 4 in just a few weeks. Then I have Forrest, he's almost 2, and Ophelia, she's a month old. I live with my husband Tyler and all 3 of our kids. Oh, okay, Bubba. I still breastfeed my 4-year-old alongside my 2 other children, and I won't stop until they choose to stop. I mean, before I had kids, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was not. I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah. Before you even have kids, someone tells you about nursing till they're like 4 or 5, and you're like, that's crazy, they're so old. And then once it's your kid, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes complete sense now, I totally get it.
I thought it was old at first until you actually have a kid and actually look at any of the life hacks and benefits.
Do you guys agree with extended nursing?
I would say yes.
Yeah. I hope so. We're 4 years into it.
At this point, it's so normal that I won't even know I don't even remember what it's like to not be at this point. Yeah, I mean, if the youngest nurse is as long as Nova, I have another 4 years. I wouldn't say I really chose to still nurse my 4-year-old. I just decided to let her self-wean. I read all the benefits about letting them make the choice to stop themselves. Nova, she nurses probably every other day on average, and then Ophelia, she obviously nurses every day. But yeah, I just read about all the benefits of letting them choose themselves, and here we are.
Benefits?
Sometimes weaning them cold turkey can be kind of upsetting for them to just suddenly lose that connection with their parent. I mean, they've even done studies that show that it helps their social development, their mental development. I actually have never gotten a public direct comment to my face in a public setting. I mean, I've probably gotten a couple looks. My kids are kind of on the taller side. So I know with Nova, she wasn't even a year old. She was probably 10 or 11 months, and I was nursing her in Walmart, and I definitely got some nasty looks.
How much hate do you get online?
In the beginning, the comments were a lot harder, I guess, because I don't know. I had never heard anything that direct and that hateful in the beginning, and then so suddenly whenever some people would say really horrible things, I would always have to bring it to Tyler and then cry about it. Yeah. Now they don't hurt that much. They don't hurt anymore. They just are more annoying. Or here we go. This is one about how I'm gonna emotionally mess her up. Well, I totally love and agree with breastfeeding. This is just plain wrong. Kid is going to be emotionally messed up. I feel like the best advice I could have gotten was that don't have really high expectations of your breastfeeding journey looking exactly like someone else's, or that it's always going to be easy. I just wish someone had told me that it's okay if it's hard, or that it looks different than your friends, or that mom that looks perfect on social media. It's not gonna be like that. The advice I would give moms that want to extended nurse is that it's normal, it's natural, and then it doesn't matter what your grandma or mother-in-law or friend or person on social media says, and then you should do what you feel is best for you and your child.